Imagine being trapped underwater, surrounded by darkness, with only the pressure of the deep pressing in on you. How long could you really survive in such a terrifying situation? Is it seconds, minutes, or longer? Today, we'll dive into the science behind breath holding, the body's limits, and some incredible stories of survival that defy the odds. Get ready to discover just how long the human body can hold on beneath the surface. Today, we will talk about how long could you survive being trapped underwater. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. The basics of human survival underwater. The average human can hold their breath underwater for about 30 seconds to 2 minutes without training. But survival underwater depends on many factors. When trapped underwater, the body uses oxygen stored in the lungs, blood, and muscles. Once this oxygen is depleted, cells begin to suffer from hypoxia, a shortage of oxygen that causes organ damage. The brain is especially sensitive, with irreversible injury occurring after approximately 4 to 6 minutes without oxygen. Factors such as age, physical fitness, lung capacity, and mental state influence how long someone can hold their breath or survive underwater. Additionally, water temperature, the depth of the submersion, and whether the person is struggling or calm affects survival time. In essence, survival underwater hinges on the balance between oxygen supply and demand, and the body's ability to tolerate the stress of hypoxia. Physiological responses to being trapped underwater. When trapped underwater, the human body undergoes several physiological responses designed to conserve oxygen and protect vital organs. The mammalian diving reflex, which is more pronounced in children and aquatic mammals, slows the heart rate, constricts blood vessels in extremities, and prioritizes blood flow to the brain and heart. This reflex can extend breath-holding capacity and survival time underwater. Meanwhile, carbon dioxide builds up in the blood, triggering the urge to breathe. As CO2 levels rise, panic and physical exertion can increase oxygen consumption, reducing survival time. Hypothermia can also play a role. Cold water lowers the body's metabolic rate, potentially extending survival by reducing oxygen needs, though it also brings risks like loss of muscle control. The interplay of these factors determines whether an individual can maintain consciousness or will succumb to drowning or brain damage. The process and timeline of drowning. Drowning is a complex and rapid process that unfolds in stages. Initially, when trapped underwater, a person will instinctively hold their breath. As oxygen decreases and CO2 rises, involuntary breathing efforts occur, leading to water aspiration when the person finally inhales underwater. This triggers laryngospasm, a temporary closure of the vocal cords, attempting to prevent water entry but eventually giving way. Water entering the lungs disrupts oxygen exchange, causing hypoxia. Loss of consciousness typically happens within 2 to 3 minutes after inhaling water, depending on individual factors. Brain cells begin to die within 4 to 6 minutes, leading to irreversible damage. After around 10 minutes, the chance of survival without severe neurological impairment becomes very slim. However, there are rare cases of longer survival times under special conditions, such as cold water drowning or immediate resuscitation. Impact of water temperature and environment. Cold water immersion significantly influences underwater survival time. Water conducts heat away from the body 25 times faster than air, and in cold water, hypothermia can develop rapidly, reducing metabolic rate and oxygen consumption. This slowdown can increase the chances of surviving longer underwater by prolonging brain viability. Known as the cold shock and diving reflex phenomena, cold water triggers involuntary breath-holding and vasoconstriction, which protect vital organs. In extreme cases, hypothermia has allowed people to survive underwater for over 30 minutes. However, cold water also impairs muscle function, making it harder to swim or escape, increasing drowning risk. Conversely, warm water doesn't induce these protective mechanisms, leading to quicker oxygen depletion and shorter survival times. Psychological factors and their effects. Mental state plays a crucial role in survival underwater. Panic and fear increase heart rate and oxygen consumption, shortening breath-holding time. Conversely, calmness and controlled breathing help conserve oxygen and extend survival time. Experienced freedivers use meditation and relaxation techniques to increase their breath-hold times to over 10 minutes. Training the mind to stay calm under stress can reduce the urge to breathe triggered by rising CO2 levels. Cognitive functions deteriorate rapidly without oxygen. so a clear mind is critical for strategizing escape or conserving energy. However, psychological stress, claustrophobia, and disorientation can cause rapid exhaustion or loss of consciousness. Real-life cases and medical interventions. There are documented cases of individuals surviving underwater for remarkable lengths of time. For instance, children submerged in icy water have been revived after 30 to 60 minutes, with minimal brain damage, attributed to hypothermia-induced metabolic slowdown. Rescue timing and immediate CPR are critical. Rapid restoration of oxygen supply can prevent permanent damage. Medical advances like therapeutic hypothermia after resuscitation help improve outcomes in drowning victims. Conversely, without intervention, survival beyond 10 minutes underwater is rare. These cases highlight the importance of swift rescue and resuscitation efforts. Despite these extraordinary exceptions, the general rule remains that most people cannot survive more than a few minutes underwater without serious injury or death. Training techniques and safety measures to extend survival. Specialized training can significantly improve how long a person can survive underwater by enhancing breath control and mental resilience. Freedivers, for example, practice techniques such as diaphragmatic breathing, TO2 tolerance exercises, and relaxation methods to safely hold their breath for extended periods, sometimes exceeding 10 minutes. These skills reduce oxygen consumption and delay the buildup of carbon dioxide, allowing longer underwater endurance. Additionally, learning survival strategies like controlled exhalation, slow movements to conserve energy, and flotation techniques can increase chances of survival if trapped underwater. Safety measures including wearing life jackets, avoiding alcohol before swimming, and swimming in supervised areas reduce the risk of drowning incidents. Moreover, knowledge of rescue procedures and CPR can save lives after underwater emergencies. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.